What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss if Warner Bros. Montreal is going to go silent. So this is a continuation of the two videos I made late last week. We're going to have some different videos I have planned, at least, talking about different aspects of Arkham, kind of more of those fun videos that I've been doing, in and out of these kind of rumors and speculation. However, with this kind of being a big deal, I definitely wanted to do this first. And again, like I said at the end of those videos, if anything big ever happens, maybe not if there's just one picture teaser like every single day, but when something really big happens, I will absolutely, in that moment, make a video and have it go out. So, minute to minute, news of the biggest news of this Arkham game, I'll definitely be there. But until then, let's talk about this. And it's an interesting thing to discuss. I think it's something that is definitely in the back of everyone's heads. In fact, even the mainstream journalists, mainstream gaming journalists, they've even, back last week when these things were coming out, they even wrote on Twitter, like, based off of the calculation of these leaks or these teases, the game is going to release in 2035 or something like. I've seen a lot of those jokes, or like, okay, now cue Warner Bros. Montreal going dark. And again, like I've addressed in a couple of those videos, yeah, there could be a pattern. That's very possible. At the same time, and we don't necessarily, at least at the time I'm recording this Friday, so I don't know what's happened over the weekend. If this is hugely outdated, I'll redo the video. But as of right now, it's Friday, midday. There's no news, nothing massive. And I am going to get to one thing that did happen today that definitely affects the topic of this video. And here it is Warner Bros. Sent out an email for all of the people that were subscribed to their news feed. Right? So you go on their website, it says the best is yet to come, and you can basically subscribe. You give them your email, and they'll email you important things. And what's important to note is they emailed everybody the capture the night with that police badge as an email sent out to us. They did that, so that is big. And more to note with that is they did that today, Friday in the morning. So not necessarily a tease. We talked about last week, could they do a tease every single day? How are they going to fill in those pictures? What's the pattern here? All that kind of stuff. And, this isn't that. It definitely is not an extra tease. We're not getting an extra picture. We're not getting more knowledge. But to note is they obviously split all these pictures up on social media, put them all together, later on, did the whole redacted, have the whole redacted page, all that kind of stuff. And while I think everybody that cares about Warner Bros. Montreal or cares about Batman saw that, they then also took the time the next day to send it to all of those that gave their emails, kind of like, hey, here you go. Like, remember we did this yesterday. Now here it is. And I honestly feel like it's not the biggest news in the world, but it is big news, because here's the deal: is it's 2 days back to back, right? Thursday, yes, or I'm saying it because I'm on Friday, but Thursday we got all this stuff. Friday we got the email. So again, by the time you guys are watching this, I don't know what's happened over the weekend. If it's nothing, that's okay. The question for today, Monday, is what's going on? This is because we talked about it last week, this is a really big week. What do they do? Do they let the momentum go again? Do they disappear, and do they just leave social media in general again? Truly, I don't think they can do it. Now, again, we talked about what could the pattern be. Could it be daily? Could it be maybe like week daily? So even though we didn't get an image on Friday, maybe the email counts. So then today, are we going to get an image? Are we going to get an image? I think this video is the first video that goes up. So maybe in a few hours, do we get an image? Do we get an image later in the day? Like, what happens? Or is it weekly? Is this Thursday? Do we get another image that also says capture the night, another picture, and then they just go like that weekly? What's the pattern? But no matter what, unless it's truly monthly, I mean, yeah, you can formulate your theory that it could be monthly, and like the way people put it makes sense, but let's not forget who's running the show here, right? Warner Bros. Montreal is running the show. Don't give them that much credit for this huge debacle that we're in. So I really don't think it's monthly. So I feel like weekly or daily, same thing like I said last week, is where we're at. So where does that stand with today's topic is, they need to do something this week. Okay, and by the way, I'm not saying give us the game. I'm not demanding the trailer. I'm saying you need to keep it up at the very least. And that's what, and because I was reading, I was trying to, or I am trying to respond and read every single comment that we get on these Arkham videos. And some of the things people said is like, okay, I mean, a lot of people have said this, like, we want the trailer. Even again, like mainstream journalists that I talked about last week, they're saying like, all right, enough with the teasers, give us the trailer. And I truly don't think we're there yet. I honestly can tell you, I don't think we're there. I think that they are still going to do teasers. I think those images mean something. Obviously, I mean, they'd all stand for something, right? But I really feel like that's where we are. We're not at the point. So I'm not demanding a trailer tomorrow. I'm not demanding the game. But this needs to be a week where they come back and they do something else. Something. It could be any teaser as long as it comes from their official account. Okay, that's all it actually needs to be, and then it's good. And if you just keep doing that, because we talked about it again, the more that these things come out, and Thursday and Friday is telling, right? You come back after 4 months, you do this, but then the next day, you do email us. Now, it's the first time since and that's an important note too, first time since their website went down that they have used that method of talking to us, because it pretty much is talking to us, right? Website goes down, they say, join their news feed so that you're up to date on like the newest stuff, and then from middle of September or whenever that happened, they've never used that, right? We all kind of assumed that they would only use it to email us and say, and have the link in it and say like, the official website's back up. They'd have like an image. It would maybe be the same day as a Batman game gets announced, all that kind of stuff, right? I personally, that's what I assumed, is the only time we would get an email from them is when that would happen. Maybe, maybe I thought wrong, and obviously I did think wrong because they're using it differently, right? They're using it now to kind of, you post everything on social media, and then you also send it out to your news feed, your like email listings, which is a little strange. I feel like everybody who signed up for the email already saw those pictures. That's like my biggest point. But again, it's Warner Bros. Montreal. This is the best we're gonna get, so we might as well like embrace it. But again, this week is big. They cannot really. It's not necessarily will they go silent. It's they can't afford to go silent. And again, and I guess that can maybe strike a nerve with people, because then it goes into the argument of, well, they don't owe us anything and you're demanding too much and all of that garbage that we always hear. And yet when the teasers come out and then you see everybody online saying the same things that I've been saying for months, for some reason it's okay when they say it. It's how the internet works. But they really can't disappear this week. This is a big, big week, because if they're not here this week, like, what are the odds that, you know what I mean? Like, what are the odds they're here next week or the week after? Every passing day becomes more of a, and they did it to themselves, by the way. It's all on them. If people lose hype, people lose just their general feelings about it, because again, every single day goes by and nothing happens. Again, Thursday, Friday, that's good. And those are 2 weekdays back to back that they've done something. So maybe Monday, maybe today, they do something. Maybe tomorrow they do something. You know what I mean? But they have to do something, I think, one of these days, Monday through Friday, Thursday, if they're going to keep that day on the week consistent. But we'll have to see. But I really don't think, because they did it to themselves, they've been in a situation where they've built up excitement, they've built up hype, and they literally just disappear for months. And truly, it's one of the stupidest things you could do. It's one of the worst things you could do. I think it definitely has hurt them over the past several months. And I don't think it was, and that's my answer to those things. I don't think it was planned. I truly cannot imagine why you would plan something like this. Why you would think it's a good idea to tease and then have all these leaks come out, which we talked about last week. Those leaks get it from somewhere, right? Somebody had to tell them that. And they're not just sitting on it waiting for, and if they are sitting on it and like waiting for an okay, well, who are they waiting on the okay from? You know what I mean? So clearly that part was kind of all planned. Do the teasers, get the leaks out, and then have an announcement. But that never happened. So now here we are again with a new batch. And you could say, well, they're building on each other, so maybe it was, I agree. I think the whole building on each other thing was the plan. I think this whole thing, the idea of it was planned, but why is it 4 months apart? I have No idea. I don't know why you would do that. And like, just quite honest with you, I cannot believe. I will tell you, I will not believe until they tell me. I will not believe that they had planned to pull this act. And if they did, then I guess they are more than comfortable with disappearing again and coming back in a couple months. But truly, I don't see how that's possible. I think they need to do something else. Again, not a trailer, but maybe just another picture. Do a picture a week. That's all. Really, at this point, it's all I'm asking. Can we just get a still image one time every Thursday for the next 5 weeks, and then you can announce it, or you announce it on that 5th week? That's all I want. And if you don't do that, will I be upset? Will I be disappointed? Yeah. Am I right to? I think I am. Maybe people will say, you got your hopes too high. Why? Why? And that's going to be the biggest thing. I think a lot of people that have already told us that we've been wrong for so long and are coming around to it, that's good. But I don't see how anybody could fault us for wanting something now. To be quite honest, like if you want something from Warner Bros. Montreal, I'm not saying like you're demanding like cash or like, goods, but I'm saying like we want like an image. All we want is another teaser. I don't think that's wrong to want from. I don't even think that's wrong to demand from them to say, hey, we have been waiting for light years, and all we want is you to keep up that. All like that's it. And you've done a terrible job at this teasing act, and all we want you to do is at least keep it up, maybe, speed up how much you're doing it. That's all we're asking right now. I think that's very, very fair, but to in my opinion, to wrap this up, they cannot afford to disappear this week. They need, on their official sites, anything, their website, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, one of them, they need to post something. And I think that something is just a picture, just a still image that is like, a circle image that fits into the redacted thing. That's all I want. That's what I think they absolutely need to do this week. So guys, like I've said at the end of all of these videos, keep your eyes and ears open. Make sure you're looking out for all of these things. I do it as well. I mean, I'm always kind of on the internet looking up everything. So, hopefully I would find it at the same time or before you, but sometimes you guys find it before me. But I'll be around. I always leave the Discord and Twitter links in the description below, so if you find something, make sure to let me know. Mainly Twitter. We've gotten a lot of new followers. We've gotten people tweeting us there, so definitely I think that's one of the better spots to reach us. Also, these YouTube videos, I read the comments here as well. Keep your eyes and ears, open. Be ready for anything. Again, Wednesday, I think, is the next Batman video. As of right now, we'll do something different. We'll talk about something different. But if there's something major that happens, I'll cover that instead, okay? So I do want to do different kinds of topics. I know there is want for me to do different kinds of topics, but at the same time, just kind of, no offense, and this is the honest thing, is just the nature of the business is kind of to cover the hottest things. And I'm always going to be around talking, just in general, on this channel, but I'm always also going to be around talking Batman, so there's always time to get to those other topics. Right now, following what's big is honestly kind of a smart thing to do, and that's honestly why I do it. Plus, also, it's just a big thing. A lot of people are looking at it, all that kind of stuff. So I really do appreciate your guys' support, your guys' understanding of that situation. I think a lot of you do get it. I think the people that don't are long gone or have been proven wrong by something at this point, so that's pretty funny, right? We can all laugh at them now. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon hit, all of that stuff, and I'll see you on Wednesday's video.